All right, guys, a couple things on that nobody pays attention to, so I'm just going to reiterate because nobody pays attention to the entire riders meeting. All right, we do watch that 30-foot line, so the first 30 feet of the track denoted by this line right here at the lights. You cannot intentionally impede a rider before that line. You also cannot on the entire last straight. We've got a line on that tabletop coming out of turn 3 to denote where that starts. Riders, if you're new, my best suggestion, just look forward and pedal to get where you want to go. That's going to be your fastest lap anyway. New parents, if you guys haven't been here before, if your rider does fall down, which happens, this is a sport, please do not come out onto the track. Once we start racing, there are going to be 2 races on track at a time. If you jump over that fence and come out on the track, it is a dangerous situation. I guarantee experts are on track going 30 miles an hour. You do not want to get hit by a pack of 8 of them. It would be painful for you, and it would delay us getting to your rider. All of our core volunteers are CPR and first aid certified, and we have volunteers in every position on the track, all the turns. That's why we make a big deal about finding all of those positions beforehand. We do not live score, so if you are from another track that might do that, we do not change where you come up each round. So if you are moto number 1, you're going to come up shoot 1. If you're moto number 28, you're going to come up shoot 8. If the last digit of your moto number is which chute you will come up, not your gate. The chute and moto are what matches, not the gate. Our stagers will place you in the right gate as long as you are in the right chute. If you are from another track and you are used to total points, we are not doing total points. We're still doing the classic ABA transfer system, so you got to earn your place in that main event. And with that, I think we are ready to get everyone to stand up and remove your hats and direct your attention to the flags on the 4th straight for the national anthem. All right, we are going to start out our balance bike race. It's going to be one lap on the big track. They're going to come all the way to the finish line where they are going to pick up a trophy from MVP awards and more. Whoever prepared my clipboard, thank you for the note about a possible move up. That's nice to have on there. It wasn't you, Kelly. Are you saying you're not nice? Okay. I mean, when people dressed up as the sign-ups people for Halloween last year, one was the nice one. All right, guys, don't forget we got the 50-50 going around. We got concessions rolling. Concessions is what keeps the gate dropping if we can get our corner officials into place. So we are ready for these balance bikes, our littlest riders out on track. We got Chuck Williams Photography hanging out over in turn 2. We'll post those pictures later.
Random start.
Make sure you hit his Venmo link, and I'll remind you of that a few times tonight. Right now, though, we got 4-year-old balance bikes. Moto number 1, Maya Laredo, Jagger Fenstermaker, Clay Fisher, Layla Hara, Charlie Muck, and Declan Harris. Going to make one full lap all the way to the finish line. Oh, we should have a turn 3. We got to get our turn 3 official in place. All right, guys. Could we get Christy Mercer to the finish line, please? Christy Mercer to the finish line. What is all this? Are we doing that before? Okay.
Okay, riders.
Yep.
Random start.
It's
Riders ready. Watch the gate.
I think so. All right, guys. Let's cheer on these balance bikes as they're making their way around. Moto number 1 was Maya, Jagger, Clay, Layla, Charlie, and Declan. Moto number 2 coming out, 3-year-old balance bikes, Wild, Wade, Warren, Felix Laredo, Weston Belzeski, Ryan Grubb, Harper Duncan, Abishai Boyer, Remington Northup. Cheer them around, guys. Getting a little parental assistance down there. Oh. All right, Chuck, getting those photos, action shots. Guys, when you're dropping into turn 2, make sure you're putting on your best race face for those photos from Chuck Williams Photography. We are still on track with Wild, Wade, Felix Laredo, Weston Belzeski, Ryan Grubb, Harper Duncan, Abishai Boyer, and Remington Northup. Yeah, don't look at me, man. Look where you want to go. That's how you get around a track fast. Look where you want to go.
Attention.
Okay, riders. Random start. Riders.
Moto
ready.
number
Watch
2 finishing up. Moto 3 out of the gate. Think we're missing a couple. I'll read all the names that are on my sheet. All right, guys, cheer on these balance bikes. Now we are to the youngest, the 1 and 2 balance bikes. Santino Herrera, Isaiah Wegner, Addison Howell, Quinn Fisher, and Baylor Muck. I know that they're not all on track because that is more than the riders I saw on the gate. But that's all right. Balance bikes rolling, rolling, rolling. She might have been eyeing the shortcut over to the finish line. She knows the trophies are right there. Whole bunch of trophies over here, guys. Take your pick of color as you cross the line. Keep going, bud. Keep going. All right. This one's a relay race. Whoa. Oh. I think he's hanging off. There you go. You know, when I had a balance bike rider, It took me way too long to realize that I could cut the corners once they got going. I was doing the whole track with my kid and then trying to race, and I would prefer to have raced than chased the kids. That was a lot harder work chasing the kids than it was actually racing. Let's cheer on our balance bikes, guys. We got two more making their way down that last straight. Gonna be a drag race. Talking about you, yeah. 3 years old. Now you're 10. Got a big 10-year-old out here. No longer a balance bike, an expert, but here comes our balance bikes. We got one more man making up the hill. You got it, dude. You got it. And that is it for our balance bikes, guys. Let's give them a round of applause. Coming out here, little bikes on the big track. We're good. I can act as turn two. Done with our balance bikes. We are moving on with our cruiser class. Women's cruiser to be exact. Cruiser. Everybody's got to get one of those in once in a while.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Moto number 4. 4 riders on track. Only one's going to move to the main event out of round number 1. That is that top spot. Right now we are on track with Vanessa Mayo, Grandma Mary Wallace, Riley King, and Gabby Welch. Right now sitting up front on that 8 bike is Riley King. Vanessa and Gabby battling it out for 2 as they are dropping into turn number 2. Don't forget race faces for Chuck Williams Photography as you're going into turn number 2. Right now, Riley King sitting up front, going to get that first transfer spot coming down that last straight.
Okay, riders, random start.
And that is Riley King moving on to main events out of round number 1. Moto number 5, 11-year-old cruiser out on track with Big Mac Duval, Connor T. St. Coonan, and Trenton T. Money Stewart. Total points race. They're going to race all 3 rounds. Low points wins. You get 1 point per place. Right now, Big Mac Duval sitting out front. Woo, Trenton Stewart making that pass go and low in turn 2.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
But on the outside, trying that move again. Connor shuts the door, coming to the stripe. That is going to be Big Mac with the 1. Connor to St. Coonan with the 2. Trenton T. Money Stewart with the 3.
You can pick up her white bike at Bike Shed.
All right, moto number 6, Chase Mode, Curly, Benjamin Fetch, and Dill Pickle Harris. Same setup as last time. Total points right here. 3 riders on track.
Okay, riders, random start.
Every lap counts for these guys. That is Chase Mode sitting out front. The 37, Benjamin Fetch on the 2. Dill Pickle Harris on the 3. Moto number 7, 1720 Cruise, Brandon Patillo, Dakota Golden Peddler Harris, and Brody Stafford. Total points once again in this cruiser class. Stafford sitting out front, followed by Harris and Patillo. I remembered the name, man. Colt Northup. Colt Northup, we need you in staging. Right now, that is Brody Stafford with the 1 and a battle for that 2. And that is Dakota Harris with the 2. Brandon Patillo with the 3. Colt Northup, we got just a few more seconds. If you're coming, Colt, let us know, and we'll hold the gate for you for just a second. We just announced it, so. Colt Northup, at least wave, let us know you're coming. All right, there we go.
Attention.
Just for reference, guys, novices come up super quick, so as soon as we stage up, we go cruiser and then novice. So head on up there for round 2 if you got to race round 2. But same goes for main events. 5 and under novice. We got 2 racks here, 11 total riders. 2 out of each of the first 2 rounds are going to move on to main event. So we got to pile up before the first obstacle. 2 riders down. We're on track with Casey Rogers, Grant Perrier, Madeline Melman, Haley Fuller, Colton Northup, and Lincoln Rao. We got 1 rider up, guys. Cheer him on. Big round of applause. We got the 190 bike sitting out front, Lincoln Rao, followed by the 097 of Casey Rogers. Those top 2 spots are what's going to matter coming out of round number 1. They're going to go straight to the main event. Round number 2, top 2 are going to go as well. We got a little bit of a gap up on those first 2. That is going to be Lincoln Rao and Casey Rogers transferring on to your main event. We got our other rider up, guys. Let's cheer them on. It is not fun to hit the ground out here or anywhere.
Attention.
All right, Grant. Good job finishing it out, dude.
Ready, watch the gate.
Moto number 9, second rack of 5 and under novice. Once again, only 2 spots available out of round 1. This one will have 2 spots on round 2. That'll make 8 total riders in the main event. Do remember, always come up the same chute you came up. So these will be chutes 8 and 9 because they are going to stay motos 8 and 9 even though they combine in the main event. Just come up where you came up round 1 every time. Remy Boyer, Ford Howell, Maverick Gears, Ethan Johnston, and Maggie Welch sitting up front. That is at 37. Maggie Welch, Ford on the 2. Remy sitting on the bubble trying to get by. Top 2 spots are what matters.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
And that is Maggie Welch with your first transfer in the 198. Ford Howell moving on to main events. We'll see everybody else next round. Moto number 10, 6-year-old novices. Piper Franklin, Liliana Hodges, Mason Stockbridge, Resner Knowles, Tatum Wolf, Weston Moore, and Fiona Firecracker Rogers. 7 riders on track. 3 out of each round going to make it to the main event. Tatum sitting up front, followed by the 189 of Weston Moore and the 17 of Piper Franklin. Mason Stockbridge sitting on the bubble. Oh, we got some riders riding super close. But they handled it. Bumping bars, staying up. That's what matters. Making it to that finish line. That is going to be Tatum Wolf, followed by Weston Moore and Piper Franklin. Moving on to main events. Moto number 11, 7-year-old novices. Jackson the Jet Beltran, Alan Melman, Cannon Collins, and Cardi Jackson. 4 riders, only the top spot is moving on to the main event, so 1 transfer spot open for right now. We got a battle going into turn number 2. Ooh, that inside line. Alan Melman holding on that line. Jackson the Jet Beltran going to try to make that pass once again. We'll see what happens as they go down that rhythm section. Most of your passes are your turns in your rhythm section, guys, so if you get those down, that's going to help you out a lot. And the gate matters too, but right now that is the 137, Alan Melman, with the transfer out of moto number 11. Moto 12, 8-year-old novice, Elias Joyner, Braxton Rao, Abel Patterson, and Everett Groover. 4 riders on track once again, and only 1 spot open in that main event out of round number 1. Sitting up front, we got a Racing League plate. Everett Groover sitting up top.
Attention.
We got quite a few Racing League riders in there. All of them but Braxton. Braxton sitting on the 2 right now. We'll see who gets it to the finish line, who's got the legs down that last straight. And right now, that is going to be Everett Groover getting the 1 transfer out of Moto number 12. Moto 13, 9-year-old novices, Remy Robinson, Finnegan Riggs, Xander Newland, Johnny Melman, Milo Wolf, and Jacob Wiest. Top two spots going to move on to the main event right now. That is the 094 Milo and Johnny sitting up front. Xander sitting on the bubble, wanting to get by in that rhythm section. We'll see what happens on the back half of the track. Milo is not letting up going into turn number 3 down that last straight. Coming to the stripe, gonna be Milo Wolf and Johnny Melman, couple of my Racing League riders showing up out of Moto 13. Moto 14, 10-year-old novices, Daniel Blunt, Spencer Hara, Colini Beanie Welch, and Haley Velasquez. 4 riders on track, 1 rider moving on. Haley making a big move on Daniel right there in turn number 2.
Attention.
Couple Racing League riders, bunch of Racing League riders right now making moves, coming down that last straight. Haley holding off Daniel, Danny the man, and that is going to be Danny, man, at the line. But that was a heck of a ride. Great lap out of that 10 novice group. Moto number 15, 11-year-old novice, Nolan Riggs, Wyatt Freebird Dutton, Caden Ritz, John Kurtishi, and J.C. Wolf. J.C. Wolf sitting up top. There are 2 spots open. It's going to be a battle for that second spot. Nolan Wyatt battling right there coming out of turn number 2. Caden pushing in there as well. We'll see what happens down this last straight. Oh, man. They are pushing each other hard, but that is going to be Wolf. And we got one more spot open, and that is going to Nolan Riggs. We'll see everybody else in round number 2. Moto number 16, 12-year-old novices, Hayden Franklin, Jacqueline Harrell, Hank Ofer, Ethan Malone, and Blazin' Blake Johnson. Hayden Franklin sitting up top, gonna be celebrating a birthday tomorrow. This is his last 12 novice race. We are taking 2 of these 12-year-olds, 1 almost 13-year-old. Whoa. Sitting up front, 2 spots open. That is going to be Hayden Franklin and the 187 of Blazin' Blake Johnson.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Moto number 17, 14-year-old novices, Connor Arnold, Noah Riggs, Jackson Nichols, Henry Jepson, Dill Pickle Harris, and Tyler Malone. Top 2 riders going to move on to main event. Everybody else going to look for those spots in round number 2. Noah Riggs sitting out front, Tyler Malone on the 2, the 996, Jackson Nichols on the 3. Top 2 spots are what matters out of round number 1.
Attention.
That is going to be Noah Riggs and Tyler Malone coming out of Racing League and making some transfer spots. Moto number 18, 4650, nervous out here. Daniel Malone, Zach Knowles, Mike Blake, and Lars Jepson. Who I will say, between Lars Jepson and Lars Ulrich, much cooler Lars out here on the BMX bikes. Right now, sitting up front, Zach Knowles. Got 1 transfer spot open for these 4650s.
Start. Riders ready, watch the
That is going to be Zach Knowles, your 1 transfer out of Moto 18. Moving on to intermediates with our 7-year-old intermediates on track with Edwin Welch, Finn Boyer, and Piper Harves. Total points race for these riders. And I know Piper's going to pedal every chance that she can pedal. Every flat spot, over the table, down that flat. Oh, you missed one there. You missed one there. You can pedal now. All right, Piper, come on. Get a little extra coaching right here. Her parents are busy, Ben. I'm trying to help her out. I'll tell you one thing. Being on the board out here makes it so you don't pay attention to your kids. The racing suffers. Got to help where I can. Right now, though, that is that 233. Finn Boyer getting the 1. Edwin Welch with the 2. Piper Harves with the 3. Moto number 28-year-old intermediates, G-Money Tune, Katie the Bug Johnson, Beckham, Nacho Eulery, Avery Baby Girl Franklin, and Austin Baby Cakes Miller. Although I think I'm supposed to call Avery Piper because that makes her really happy. We only got 2 spots for these 8 intermediates in the main event out of round number 1. We got a battle for that second spot.
Attention.
Looking like Austin Miller sitting up top, but we got Franklin trying to get out of third. That is Austin Miller with the transfer. And the 36 bike of Katie the Bug Johnson going to be your transfers. 21 is in the gate.
Okay, riders. Random start.
All right, total points race.
Riders ready.
We are missing a rider. Yeah. For sure. Good eye. That's why we back each other up, Corey. Good eye right now. So we are missing a rider, but it's total points. And it's still going to work like normal. So they are going to get their points. The rider that is missing will get 4 points per round. Right now we're on track with Axel, the Rizzler, Miracle, and Duke of Doom, Elwell.
Attention.
This age group, like 8 through 10, is like crazy on the nicknames. Crazy on the nicknames. I think Miracle has a new one every other week, but that is going to be Axel Miracle with your 1 and the Duke of Doom with your 2. Man, with that kind of name, you got to start a doom metal band. All right. Right now, Moto 22, 11-year-old intermediates. 4 riders out. 1 going to make it to the main event. That is a State 6 T-Money Stewart sitting up top, followed by Lachlan Lightning Campbell, Brennan Hale, and Talon Twinkle Toes Dobbs. They are not followed it. That's not the order. That's the order they are on my sheet. Trenton T-Money Stewart going to grab that transfer spot. Everybody else, we're going to see you in round number 2. Moto number 23, 12-year-old intermediates, Hunter Conklin, Winston, the Hunter Rogers, and Everett E-Money Carlton. Hunter, and then someone nicknamed the Hunter. Lots of hunting.
Okay, riders.
They're hunting for first place right now in this total points race. That's looking like Hunter Conklin out front on that 123 bike with the 1. The 2 spot going to Winston, the Hunter Rogers, and Everett E-Money Carlton getting the 3. Moto number 24, 13-year-old intermediates, London Johnson, Maverick, the Missouri Monster Miracle, Tucker Robinson, Gunner the Gladiator Nash, and Riley Fly Rye Brown. We need Thomas Robinson and Grandma Mary Wallace to staging.
Attention.
Moto 24 coming down that last straight. Top 2 places or what's going to matter.
Watch the gate.
I just called for that right now. That is going to be the 1-something-6 Maverick. Dang it. I missed the second one. 126 in the State 1. Riley Fly Rye Brown. So Maverick and Riley, your transfers out of Moto 24. Moto 25, 14-year-old intermediates. We're missing a rider. Top 2 out of this 5-rider race is going to move on, so we are going to stick with the same transfers. All these racers are going to make it to the main event. Top 2 get to sit out for round number 2. Get a little break there. We're here with Benjamin Fetch, Skylar Bisnich. So that's Fetch and Bentley Morgan getting your transfers. Skylar and Kalen going to be back for round number 2 and presumably the main event. Moto number 26, 16-year-old intermediates, Dakota Golden Peddler Harris, Adam Smooth Operator Wise, and King Henry Campbell. Total points race out of these guys. And Moto 26. Coming down that last straight, we got a battle. That is going to be the 139 and the 54. King Henry Campbell, Dakota Golden Peddler Harris, and Adam Smooth Operator Wise in that order. Moto 27, 41, 45, intermediates. 4 racers. Top spot gonna matter.
Okay, riders. Random start.
Making it to that
Riders
main event.
ready. Watch the gate.
That's what your motos are for. Your motos are to make it on. We are on track with Grandma Mary Wallace, Thomas Robinson, Vanessa Mayo, and Alvin Howard. Robinson sitting out front, Howard on the 2, Mayo on the 3, Grandma Mary on the 4. Coming to the stripe with the transfer spot is going to be Thomas Robinson out of Moto
Attention.
27. Moto 28 experts.
Random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
10-year-old experts out of the gate with Sawyer St. Penny, Jet Abercrombie, O'Connell, Graham, Golden Boy Little, Corbin, Howard, and Connor to St. Coonan. It's like 9 and 10-year-olds, man. They are nickname crazy. We got 5 riders on track. Top 2 spots going to matter. Jet O'Connell, Connor to St. Coonan, Corbin, Howard, Sawyer Penny,
Attention.
Okay, riders.
and Graham Little out on track.
Riders ready. Watch
Top
the gate.
2 riders right now looking like Jet, Graham. Oh, sorry. I got all confused. That is going to be Graham Little and the state 2 of Connor to St. Coonan. All right, there's chatter down there, and my brain cannot talk and listen at the same time. Moto number 29, 11-year-old experts, Big Mac Duval, Creighton Harves, EJ Hawthorne, and Xavier Davidson. EJ told me he was 81 years old today. Weird that he's in an 11 expert class, but that is going to be Xavier Davidson getting the loan transfer out of Moto 29. Moto number 30, 13-year-old experts, Tyler McMorris, Maverick Moorfield, Hector Laredo Jr., and Cody Velasquez. 1 spot open in that main event out of this round. That is Cody Velasquez sitting up top right now, keeping it clean and low to the ground. Cody Velasquez sitting up top. Only that first spot going to make a difference in round number 1.
Ready, watch the gate.
And that is going to be Cody hanging on start to finish. It was a 3-way tie for that second spot. Moto number 31, 14-year-old experts, Jabril, Falcon Belgrave, Zachary Hurricane Campbell, and Jake Hattie. Jake, you got no nickname, man. Hey, if you're going to have total points, make up a nickname. So I got filler.
Attention.
Jake, no
Okay,
nickname. There we go.
Random start.
Zach Campbell sitting out front. Belgrave right there on the hip pocket. Jake Hattie not letting them slip either, man. This is close. That is going to be Campbell, Hattie, Belgrave in that order. Moto 32, 16-year-old experts. Big class tonight. Austin Slomo O'Neill, Colton Hengel, Jasper, Captain Kennedy, Braden the Bumblebee Deal, Brody Stafford, and Caleb Freestyle Currits. Got some 15-year-olds thrown in there with that 16-year-old group. We got 2 spots up for grabs, and that is going to be Kennedy and Stafford moving on to the main event. Moto number 33, 17, 20 experts. Moto 26. Maybe. That was King Henry Campbell was your one out of Moto 26. Oh. Somebody asked for 26. Is that a...
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start.
Okay. I will go back and announce that.
Ready.
We have a change in Moto 31. All right, we'll run this one, then we'll go through that one. 1720 expert, Amir Speed Racer, toll-free, Austin Hogue, JJ Jones, McKenna Leptak, Lola Jonjovic, Sean Madden, and Brandon Patillo. 3 spots open coming out of this first round. That is Amir sitting up front, followed by the 999 UCI 999 Lola Jonjovic on the 2.
Ready, watch the gate.
That is going to be Lola Hogue Madden. Going to be your transfers. Lola Jonjovic, Austin Hogue, and Sean Madden. It's a UCI plate. That's the color. Let's talk to UCI on that one. All right, Moto 34. Andrew Downtown Brown, Zachariah Hinton, Jason Mercer, and Scott Johnson. 1 rider going to move on to the main event. With the last moto, that is going to be a gold 3 of Andrew Downtown Brown. Going to be your... All right, so Got a lot of birthdays. Oh. It is a good thing Curtis doesn't have a mic. We would get shut down. You you too, Corey. And Kelly. There's a bunch on the no list.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
So we've ruled out a few people from trying to do the announcing, but that doesn't rule out everybody. So if you feel like talking a lot, I'm happy to hand this mic over, guys, if you are at all interested in trying this out. We've even got events that don't have very many riders, so I can coach you along. Right now, moto number 4 back in round 2. We are on track with Gabby Welch, Vanessa Mayo, and Grandma Mary. Not total points. They are racing to get into that main event. Top 2 riders going to stick around for the main event.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Right now, up front, that is going to be Gabby Welch and Vanessa getting there. Mayo, Grandma Mary, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 5, total points, 11-year-old cruiser, Big Mac Duval, Connor Toussaint Coonan, and Trenton T. Money Stewart. There have been times in cruiser that we've got T Money, G Money, and E Money. Colt Northup, we need you up in staging. Colt Northup in staging. Y'all are gonna make us do math down here at the finish line right now. That is Connor St. Coonan sitting up front, mixing it up. Connor with the 1, Big Mac with the 2, Trenton with the 3. That means Mac and Connor are tied up. Moto number 6, another total points race, 14-year-old cruiser, Chase Mode Curly, Benjamin Fetch, and Dill Pickle Harris. Fetch, Curly, 1 and 2 coming out of turn 2.
Attention.
Backward from what they did last round. We'll see what happens. Grant Perrier to staging. Grant Perrier to staging. That is gonna be Ben Fitch with your 1, Chase Mode Curly with the 2, Dill Pickle Harris with the 3. I see a lot of people out there that have voices that could try on a microphone too. Maybe. 1720 cruiser coming at us. Brody Stafford sitting up front. Dakota Golden Peddler Harris on the 2. Brandon Patillo on the 3. Looking like a repeat of round 1. We'll see what happens on that last straight, though. That is going to be Brody Stafford holding on to the 1. And a battle once again at the finish line. Dakota just ahead on the 2. Brandon Patillo on the 3. Moto number 8. Grant Perrier, if you can make your way to staging or let us know you're on your way or not on your way. Oh, man. Well, at least he got his award. All right, so we're missing 1 rider. Still only the top 2 spots here, guys.
Attention.
In this 11 rider group of this 5 and under novice, the T-ball of BMX racing. This is where it gets loud. The 5 and unders get the most cheering. So we're on track with Madeline Melman, Haley Fuller, and Colt Northup. Oh, no. We got 1 rider working hard to get up that hill. Oh, we got 1 down in the first turn. We'll get those riders checked out, guys. That's why our corner officials are super important. They are not just officiating the race. They are helping out all over. Right now, that 244 bike sitting up front, Colt Northup. Haley Fuller making the pass. Madeline back on it. Keep pedaling, kiddos. It is not over till you hit the finish line. Don't stop pedaling until you are past that finish line. Not even at it.
Here, riders,
Pass it.
random start.
All right, that is going to be Colt Northup getting a transfer.
Watch the gate.
The Brada's cheering section. Got a fan club. Holt's fan club right there. Coming to the stripe for that second transfer spot is looking like Haley Fuller. Thanks for racing with us tonight. Moto number 9, second wreck of those 500 novices, Remy Boyer, Maverick Gears, and Ethan Johnston. Top 2 sticking around for the main event. Top 2 sticking around for mains. Pushing hard. We got Remy Boyer out front, followed by the 293 Maverick Gears and Ethan Johnson. They are close, man. 500 novice. You got a whole age range here. 4 and 5-year-olds, because it is 5 and under.
Random start.
No 3-year-olds this week. Usually we have a 3-year-old out here.
Ready? Watch the gate.
Top 2 spots up for grabs, and that is going to be Remy Boyer. Oh, maybe, and that 293 Maverick Gears. Ethan, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 10, if I can get my paper to flip. Liliana Hodges, Mason Stockbridge, Resner Knowles, and Fiona Firecracker Rogers. 4 racers on track. We are taking 3, because we got 3 spots left in that main event right now. That is the 035. Sitting up front, Fiona Rogers.
Attention.
Okay, riders.
Just getting the
random
first
speed.
5 sitting up front.
Riders ready? Watch the gate.
Coming to the stripe, picking up the transfers. It's going to be Fiona Rogers. Mason Stockbridge, another first 5 rider right there. Liliana Hodges going to be our transfers. Resner, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 11, 7-year-old novice Jackson the Jet Beltran, Cannon Collins, and Cardi Jackson. 3 riders on track. 2 get to stick around for the main event. Jackson, Cannon,
Attention.
Cardi in that order
Okay, riders.
as they are coming out of turn number 2.
Riders ready? Watch the gate.
They are pushing hard as they're coming down that last straight, and that is going to be Jackson Beltran and Cannon Collins, your transfers. Cardi, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 12, 8-year-old novice Elias Joyner, Braxton Rao, and Abel Patterson. 3 riders looking for 2 spots. Top 2 going to move on. Oh, we got a rider down in the first turn. Let's cheer for them getting back up. I think that is Abel out in turn 1. Braxton Rao sitting up top. Elias Joyner on the 2. All right, man. Pedal all the way to the end. You don't know what would happen. Don't give up.
Attention.
Coming to the stripe, that is going to be Braxton Rao with your 1, and the transfer, Elias Joyner with the transfer. Abel, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 13, 9-year-old novices, Remy Robinson, Finnegan Riggs, Xander Newland, and Jacob Weist. We got 4 riders on track. 3 going to make it to that main event. Earning their way. We got some passing going on right now. We got the number 12, Remy Robinson, sliding on in front. Xander Newland on the 2.
Attention.
Okay, riders. Random start.
Finn Riggs on the 3. Jacob Weiss chasing him down. Coming down that last straight, and they're going to hold that order. Remy, Xander, Finn moving on. Jacob, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 14, 10-year-old novices, 3 riders. 2 going to move on to the main event. Spencer Hara, Colini Beanie Welch, and Haley Velasquez. Pushing hard coming out of turn number 2.
Attention.
Spencer and Colini Beanie. Haley Velasquez sitting up top. Her and Danny Man were battling in round number 1. Going to be a good main event between those 2. And that is going to be Haley Velasquez and Spencer Hara making it on to the main event. Colleen, thanks for racing. Moto number 15, 11-year-old novices, Wyatt Freebird Dutton, Caden Ritz, and John Kurtishi. We got 3 riders trying for 2 spots. Caden Ritz sitting out front, Wyatt on the 2, John on the 3, all the way to the stripe, guys.
Attention.
Okay, riders. Random start. Riders ready? Watch the gate.
Good smooth riding out of this 11 novice group, and that is going to be Caden and Wyatt with your transfers. John, thanks for racing with us tonight. Moto number 16, 12-year-old novice, Jacqueline Harrell, Hank Oper, and Ethan Malone. Lots of Malones out here. Danny Malone getting his first 5 earlier, but right now that is that 243. Hank Oper sitting out front, followed by Jacqueline Harrell and Ethan Malone. Ethan's in camo. No American flag tonight.
Ready? Watch the
Still
gate.
kind of a theme. Getting that transfer spot. Hank Oper and Jacqueline Harrell moving on. Ethan, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 17, 14-year-old novices Connor Arnold, Jackson Nichols, Henry Jepson, and Dill Pickle Harris. Sitting up front, that 996 Jackson Nichols, Harris,
Attention.
Jepson, Arnold in that order as they come out of turn number 2. Top 3 riders going to stick around for that main event. Everybody else. And that is going to be Jackson Nichols, Dill Pickle Harris, and Henry Jepson moving on. Connor, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 18, 4650 novice Daniel Malone, Mike Blake, and Lars Jepson. Sitting out front, Mike Blake, Lars Jepson, and in that order, not total
Attention.
points, top 2 riders get to stick around and ride in that main event.
Ready? Watch the gate.
And that is going to be Mike Blake with that first transfer. And Lars Jepson getting the second. Daniel, thanks for racing tonight. Moving on to intermediates on track with Edwin Welch, Finn Boyer, and Piper Harves. Total points right here. 2, 1, 3 as I go down my sheet. Whoa, oh no, we got a rider down and right back up. We will get that rider checked out. You good, Finn? That is going to be Edwin Welch with your 1, Piper Harves with your 2, Finn Boyer with your 3.
Attention.
Okay, riders. Random start. Riders ready? Watch the gate.
Moto 28-year-old intermediates G Money Tune, Nacho Eulery, and baby girl Franklin. We got 3 riders on track, 2 spots in that main event, guys. You got to push hard all the way to that finish line. Avery, Eulery,
Attention.
and G Money in that order as they come around the turn. Oh man, we got a pass being made. Beckham sliding on up to that top spot. Top 2 are what's going to count, and that is going to be Beckham and Avery going to be the transfers. G Money, thanks for racing with us tonight. Moto 21 9-year-old intermediates. We are missing a rider, and that's all right. This is still a total points race between the Rizzler and the Duke of Doom.
Attention.
If you guys
Okay, riders,
become
ready.
professional wrestlers, keep those names, because that would really work.
The gate.
The Duke of Doom and the Rizzler. Their tag team. That is going to be Axel, the Rizzler Miracle, with the 1, Duke of Doom Elwell on the 2. Moto number 22, 11-year-old intermediates, Lachlan Lightning Campbell, Brennan Hale, and Talon Twinkle Toes Dobbs. Hale, Dobbs, Campbell, 1, 2, 3 coming out of turn number 2. We got 2 spots in that
Attention.
main event.
Okay, riders. Random start. Riders ready? Watch the gate.
Looked like Talon was going to go for the pass, and then maybe he did the math, like, I'm going to make it. That is going to be Brennan Hale and Talon Dobbs, who transfers. Lachlan, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 23, 12-year-old intermediates. We got a battle right there. Winston, the Hunter Rogers, and Hunter Conklin sitting up front, trading spots this round. E-Money sitting on the 3. Good close race out of these 12-year-old intermediates. We'll see what happens down this last straight.
Okay, riders.
If anybody's got some reserve power,
Ready?
that is
Watch
going to
the gate.
be too close for me to call. I'm not a scorer tonight. I'm going to check with our scores. We're going to hold off on calling that one. They are 24. We'll come back to Moto 23 in just a minute. Moto 24, 13-year-old intermediates, London Johnson, Tucker Robinson, and Gunnar the Gladiator Nash. Yeah, if you hold the gate for a second, Corey, that would be good. All right, we got Winston Rogers with the 1, Hunter Conklin with the 2, E-Money with the 3 out of Moto 23. Moto 24 is going to be the 134 and the State 5. Tucker Robinson and Gunnar the Gladiator Nash. Moving on, London, thanks for racing with us. We're good to drop it. So just in case, 23, Winston Rogers with the 1, Hunter Conklin with the 2.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Moto number 25. I was on the wrong page. Benjamin Fetch, Skylar Visnich. Oh, nope. I can't read my own writing. We're missing a rider. It's a bike ride. Skylar and Kalen both moving on to the main event. Good riding. You made it.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Moto 26, 16-year-old intermediates, Dakota Golden, Peddler Harris, Adam Smooth, Operator Wise, and King Henry Campbell. Total points right here. Henry, Dakota, Adam is how they finished the last round. That's how they're coming out of turn number 2.
Attention.
Okay, riders,
Close race
random
last
number.
round. We'll see what happens this round. Henry sitting up front. Dakota on the 2. Oh, man. Adam on 3. Moto 27, 41, 45. Intermediate on track with Grandma Mary Wallace, Vanessa Mayo, and Alvin Howard. Alvin Howard has some gift cards burning a hole in his pocket after our volunteer giveaway. Alvin Howard, Vanessa Mayo, 1 and 2 coming out of turn number 2.
Attention.
All the way down that last straight. That is going to be Alvin Howard and Vanessa Mayo. Your transfers out of Moto 27. Grandma Mary, thanks for racing. All right, Zach Campbell to staging. Zach Campbell to staging. Moto number 28, 10-year-old expert Sawyer Snake Penny, Jet Abercrombie O'Connell, and Corbin Howard. Jet, Corbin, Sawyer in that order coming out of turn number 2.
Okay, riders, random start.
Top 2 going to stick around for the main event. We'll see what happens on this last straight. They are all bunched up. That is going to be Jet and Corbin moving on. Sawyer, thanks for racing tonight. Moto 29, 11-year-old experts, Big Mac Duvall, Creighton Harves, and E.J. Hawthorne. E.J. Hawthorne, Big Mac, Sea Dog coming out of turn number 2. We got 2 spots open in that main event for these riders, and right now that is looking like E.J. Hawthorne sitting on that top spot, going to get a transfer. Big Mac with the transfer. Creighton, thanks for racing. Zach Campbell to staging. Moto number 30 coming at us, 13-year-old experts Tyler McMorris, Maverick Moorfield, and Hector Laredo Jr. Whoa, sliding right up there. Hector Laredo Jr. taking that inside line. 12-year-old battling it out with those 13-year-olds. Woo, man, they are pushing it close. We got 2 spots open, and that is looking like the 89. Tyler McMorris and Hector Laredo Jr. Maverick, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 31, 14-year-old experts.
Ready, watch the gate.
Jabril Belgrave, Zach Campbell, and Jake Hattie one more time. Total points race right here. Every round counts for these riders. Right now, Jabril and Zach battling it out up front. But this is a close race all the way around. Jabril, Belgrave, Zach Campbell, and Jake Hattie. 1, 2, and 3 as they're coming down that last straight, and that is going to be Jabril with your 1,
Okay,
Jake
riders,
Hattie
ready
with
to
your
start.
2, Zach Campbell on the 3.
Ready, watch the gate.
Moto number 32. 16-year-old experts on track with Austin Slow-Mo Neal, Colton Hingle, Braden the Bumblebee Deal, and Caleb Freestyle Currits. 4 riders on track, 3 going to stick around for our main event. That is Braden Deal sitting up top. Oh, giving a little, came up a little short, Braden. Still made it smooth, though.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start.
That is going to be Braden Deal. The 13 and the 10, Caleb Kurtz and Colton Hingle moving on. Austin, thanks for racing tonight. Moto 33, 17, 20 experts, Amir, Speed Racer, Toll-Free, JJ Jones, McKenna Luptak, and Brandon Patillo. Amir sitting up front, Speed Racer, they don't call him that for nothing. Followed by JJ and McKenna, Brandon Patillo chasing the kids down.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
And that is going to be Amir, JJ, and McKenna moving on. Brandon, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 34, the last moto of round 2, Zach Hinton, Jason Mercer, and Scott Johnson. Scott Johnson sitting up front, Zach Hinton on the 2, Jason Mercer on the 3. Got 2 spots open, guys, 2 spots in that main event for our 3640 experts. And that is going to go to Sketchy Johnson and Zach Hinton. Jason, thanks for racing tonight. And folks, main events. And since we are still running the transfer system, we earned our spots in those main events. Gonna start it off with our 1720 women cruiser. 9:15. We're gonna be done before 10 o'clock, Ben. That's almost time to go out on a Friday night. I don't know what that's like. I've been here for 8 years. I haven't had a Friday in 8 years, Curtis.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start.
What was that?
Riders ready, watch the gate.
I know. I could leave at any time. Oh, I could leave at any time. See y'all later. Have a good night. Somebody grab the microphone. Okay, moto number 4, 1720 women cruiser. Kelly does not look amused at my joke. Vanessa Mayo, Riley King, and Gabby Welch. Not total points.
Attention.
Riley King sitting up front. Gabby Welch on the 2. Vanessa Mayo on the 3.
Ready, watch the gate.
And all the way to the stripe, that is going to be Riley King. Hold on to that one spot. Gabby Welch on the 2. Vanessa Mayo on the 3. You did not even try to jump that one, Vanessa. Moto number 5, 11-year-old cruisers. We got Big Mac and Connor Toussaint Coonan tied up in points. Team Money on the 3s.
Attention.
You guys are really making this hard.
Random start.
All right, so
Ready, watch the gate.
that is going to be the 34, Big Mac with the overall 1, T-Money with your overall 3, Connor Toussaint Coonan with the 2. Moto number 6, 14-year-old cruisers, Chase Mode Curley, Benjamin Fetch, and Dill Pickle Harris. Tied up in points for number 1, once again, Chase and Fetch.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders
Connor
ready, watch the gate.
with the 2 out of the other one. But that is going to be Fetch with your overall 1, Chase Mode Curley with your 2, and Dylan Harris with the 3. Racers, if you have total points, guys, you do this week in and week out. You know what place you got, man. You guys are keeping track of your points. Take the right slip at the end of the night. Moto number 7, 1720 cruisers, Brandon Patillo, Dakota Golden Peddler Harris, and Brody Stafford. Brody Stafford got locked up with a pair of aces in round number 1 and 2.
Random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
I did not. Dakota Harris with the 2, Brandon Patillo with the 3. Moto number 8 and 9, 5 and under novice, full rack of these little rippers. We are on track with Casey Rogers, Haley Fuller, Colton Northup, Lincoln Rao, Remy Boyer, Ford Howell, Maverick Gears, and Maggie Welch. What a long list of names. 8 riders in the gate. We got 1 up front. Little room for that number 2. That is Maggie Welch. Jackson Link. Oh my gosh. once it gets radio chatter in my brain are not making sense tonight. I was trying not to listen. I had to turn you off. Turn you down. All right, that is Maggie Welch coming across with the 1, Lincoln Rao with the 2, and the 3 going to the 097 of Casey Rogers. Moto 10, 6-year-old novice. 6 riders in the gate. Maybe.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Here we go. Moto number 10, 6-year-old novice, 6 riders in the gate. Piper Franklin, Liliana Hodges, Mason Stockbridge, Tatum Wolf, Weston Moore, and Fiona Firecracker Rogers. Got these 6-year-old novices ripping down the third
Attention.
straight. We got one rider
Okay,
way out
random
front.
start.
Oh, we are losing some pedals too.
Ready,
Coming to the stripe, the 095 Tatum Wolf with the 1. Hyper Franklin with the 2, and the 035 Firecracker Fiona Rogers on the 3. Moto number 11, 7-year-old novices, Jackson the Jet Beltran, Alan Melman, and Cannon Collins. Not total points. What you see is what you get out of these 3 riders right now. That is right now. That is Alan Melman sitting up top, Jackson on the 2, Cannon on the 3.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the
In
gate.
and out of turn 3. We are 1 rider down low. Allen sticking to that low line. Jackson trying to go around. Let's see what happens. This is a photo finish. Jackson with the 1. Allen with the 2. And Cannon on the 3. Moto number 12, 8-year-old novices. Elias Joyner, Braxton Rao, and Everett Groover. Not total points. What you see is what you get. Allen was the 2. Jackson was the 1. Jackson was the 1. Allen was the 2.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready.
Where am I at? Elias, Braxton, and Everett coming at us. Not total points right now. Everett sitting up top with his plate flipped over, followed by Everett Groover, Elias Joyner, Braxton Rao in that order. Moto number 13, 9-year-old novice, Remy Robinson, Finn Riggs, Xander Newland, Johnny Melman, and Milo Wolf. Wolf sitting up top, followed by Melman and Newland. We got that 12 bike sitting right there on the
Attention.
bubble. Remy Robinson trying to get by.
Random start.
Getting those trophies, guys. All the way to the stripe, holding onto that top spot. Milo Wolf with your Johnny Melman with your 2. Xander Newland with your 3. Moto number 14, 10-year-old novices, Danny Mann, Spencer Hara, and Haley Velasquez. Not total points. They transferred in. What you see is what you get. Haley sitting on the inside. Danny Mann going to try to get around. Spencer
Attention.
chasing them down as they are going down. A whole bunch of Racing League riders. Oh, Danny pushing hard. Haley sticking inside. Come, oh, didn't make it stick, but that is going to be Danny Man getting the 1. Haley on the 2. Spencer on the 3. That was a good race right there. Moto number 15, 11-year-old novice, Nolan Riggs, Wyatt Freebird Dutton, Caden Ritz, and JC Wolf. Mike Blake to staging. Mike Blake to staging. Right now, Wolf, Ritz, Riggs, Dutton in that order as they come out of turn number 2.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start.
That is going to be Wolf with your 1, Caden Ritz with your 2, and the 3 going to Wyatt Freebird Dutton. Good racing, man. That was a good close race out of those guys. All Racing League riders once again. Moto number 16, 12-year-old novices, Hayden Franklin, Jacqueline Harrell, Hank Ofer, and Blazin Blake Johnson. Franklin sitting up front, followed by Blazin
Attention.
Blake Johnson in the 2.
Random start. Riders ready.
All the
watch
way
gate.
down that last straight. Something bit me, man. I am burning on my forearm. That is going to be a birthday present for Hayden Franklin with the 1. Blazin Blake with the 2. Hank Ofer with the 3 out of Moto 16. Moto 17, 14-year-old novice, Noah Riggs, Jackson Nichols, Henry Jepson, Dill Pickle Harris, and Tyler Malone. Noah and Tyler sitting up front, the 996
Attention.
of Jackson Nichols sitting on the
Okay,
3.
riders, random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Down that last straight, getting a little air right there. That 281. Noah Riggs with your 1. Tyler Malone with the 2. And Jackson Nichols on the 3. Moto number 18, 4650 novice, Zach Knowles, Mike Blake, and Lars Jepson. Woo, they are close right there in number 2. Zach Knowles sitting out
Attention.
front. Mike Blake.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready.
Dang.
Watch the gate.
All right, coming to the stripe, Zach Knowles giving a little air show. Coming to the stripe with the 1, Mike Blake on the 2, Lars Jepson on the 3. Moto number 19, 7-year-old intermediates, Edwin Welch, Finn Boyer, and Piper Harves. 3, 4, and 5. Coming to the stripe right now. That is going to be the State 4, Edwin Welch with the overall 1, the 233, Finn Boyer with your overall 2, and Piper Harves on the overall 3.
Ready. Watch the gate.
Moto number 28-year-old intermediates, Katie the Bug Johnson, Beckham, Nacho, Ullery, Avery, Baby Girl Franklin, and Austin Baby Cakes Miller. Lots of babies in those nicknames on this moto. Coming out of turn number 2, Austin Miller sitting on the 1. We got a rider pushing down inside. That is Katie the Bug Johnson making that pass in turn 2.
Attention.
Avery not letting up, trying to get the inside going into turn 3, trying to sneak a wheel by. We'll see what happens down this last straight, but right now that is Austin Miller out front. Katie Johnson with the 2, Avery Franklin on the 3, Beckham with the 4. Moto 21, 9-year-old intermediates, Axel the Rizzler and the Duke of Doom. Axel's got it locked up going in here. So Axel's going to be your overall 1. The Duke of Doom,
Attention.
your overall 2.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Yeah, came out of nowhere. Moto number 22, 11-year-old intermediates, T Money Stewart, Brennan Hale, and Talon Twinkle Toes Dobbs. Not total points. What you see is what you get out of these riders. Ben Fetch, we need you to staging. Ben Fetch to staging. T Money, Talon, and Brennan in that order as they come out of turn number 2.
Ready. Watch the
Blasting by us here at the finish line. Done that last straight. T Money hold on to that top spot. Talon Dobbs on the 2. Brennan Hale with the 3. Moto number 23, 12-year-old intermediates, Hunter Conklin, Winston the Hunter Rogers, and E Money Carlton. Total points here, Hunter and the Hunter all locked up in points.
Attention.
Everett sitting on the 3s. It does smell like dog food down here. I don't know.
Ready.
Yeah.
Watch the gate.
I don't know where that came from. That is going to be Hunter Conklin with your overall 1. Winston, the Hunter Rogers with the 2. Everett E. Money Carlton with the 3. Moto number 24, 13-year-old intermediates, Maverick, the Missouri Monster Miracle, Tucker Robinson, Gunner, the Gladiator Nash, and Riley Fly Rye Brown. 134, Tucker Robinson sitting up front, followed by the Monster and Fly Rye on the podium spots.
Ready. Watch the gate.
Coming to the stripe there, going to hang just like that. Tucker Robinson, Maverick Miracle, and Fly Rye Brown on your podium. Moto 25, 14-year-old intermediates, Ben Fetch, Skylar Visnich, Kit Kat Holt, and Bentley Morgan. Battle for that 2 spot. We got the 86 bike, Bentley Morgan sitting up front, followed by Kaylin, Kit Kat Holt.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders
Ben
ready.
Fetch sitting on the 3, Skylar Visnich on the 4, chasing him down that last straight, and that is gonna be Bentley Morgan with the 1, Kaylin with the 2, Fetch with the 3. Moto 26, 16-year-old intermediates, total points right here. King Henry Campbell sitting on low points. Dakota Golden Peddler Harris on the 2s. Adam Smooth Operator Wise on the 3s.
Attention.
Okay,
Henry
riders,
got it
random
locked
start.
up with a pair of aces.
Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Henry with your overall 1. Harris with your overall 2. Wise the overall 3. Moto 27, 41, 45, intermediate, not total points. Thomas Robinson, Vanessa Mayo, and Alvin Howard out for their last trip around Blue Springs BMX. We got Robinson sitting up front, Howard on the 2, Mayo on the 3.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start.
Coming to the stripe. Robinson holding on to that
Ready,
one spot.
watch the gate.
Alvin Howard with the 2, Vanessa Mayo on the 3. Moto 28, Zach Campbell to staging. Zach Campbell to staging. Moto number 28, 10-year-old experts. Jet Abercrombie O'Connell, Graham Golden Boy Little, Corbin Howard, and Connor to St. Coonan. Connor and Graham battling out for that 2-spot. Jet sitting up front. Graham edging out for that 2-spot down that last straight. Jet O'Connell hanging on to the 1. Graham Golden Boy Little with the 2. Connor to St. Coonan on the 3. Moto number 29, 11-year-old experts, Big Mac Duvall, EJ Hawthorne, and Xavier Davidson. Not total points. What you see is what you get. EJ Big Mac.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
And all the way to the stripe. Xavier Davidson holding on to the 1. EJ Hawthorne on the 2. Big Mac on the 3. Moto number 30, 13-year-old experts, Tyler McMorris, Hector Laredo Jr., and Cody Velasquez.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start.
Coming down that last. Oh, we got a battle going into turn 3, man. Hector Laredo Jr. But that is going to be Cody Velasquez, Tyler McMorris, and Laredo in that order. Moto number 31, Jabril, Falcon Belgrave, and Jake Hattie. Tied up in points, guys. Whoever wins
Okay, riders,
is your
random
overall
start.
winner out of these two.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
To the stripe, riding fast, it is going to be Jabril Belgrave with the 1, Jake Hattie with the 2. Moto 32, 16-year-old experts, Colton Hengel, Jasper Kennedy, Braden the Bumblebee Deal, Brody Stafford, and Caleb Freestyle Kurritz. Ooh, big air out of Stafford there. Kennedy, Stafford, Kurritz, Hengel in that order as they come around turn 2.
Okay, riders, random start.
That is going to be Jasper Kennedy, your 1, Brody Stafford, the 2. In the battle for the 3, Caleb Freestyle Kurritz. Moto 33, 17, 20 experts, Amir, Speed Racer, Toll-Free, Austin Hogue, J.J. Jones, McKenna Leptak, Lola Jonjovic, and Sean Madden. Toll-Free followed by Jonjovic and Hogue.
Attention.
Okay,
They are
riders,
all
random
bunched up,
start.
though, going into that 3rd turn. That is a close race for as fast as these riders are. Amir with your 1, Lola with your 2, Austin Hogue with the 3. And the last race of the night, 36-40 experts. Not total points. What you see is what you get with Andrew Downtown Brown, Zachariah Hinton, and Scott Sketchy Johnson. Brown and Johnson sitting up front, Hinton chasing them down as they're going down into the rhythm section. And to the stripe, Andrew Downtown Brown, Scott Sketchy Johnson, living up to your name, Zach Hinton. Guys, that is a race. Thanks for spending your Friday evening with us out here at Blue Springs BMX. Please pick up your trash. And if you weren't happy with your finish tonight, you might head out here tomorrow and train with Nick Long and get some